They're out here, Butler, and we're gonna get them.
I really would like to go home.
We can't go home. It's us or them, and I'm choosing us, right here, right now, in the spooky woods.
But we'd be fine if we just stayed home.
Not an option. This is what we get for living so close to a forest. Put two trees together, and the moment night falls, they're everywhere.
I literally do not know a single thing about what we are out here to do.
Then while we wait with bated breath, let me tell you about the Wendigo. Are you the kind of guy that believes Bigfoot is a real thing? The Squatch, the Skunk Ape, the telepathic forest gorilla man?
We're going after the Cherokee Devil. The Cherokee Devil may be the largest Bigfoot we've ever been after.
Get on him! Get off of me! Get off!
Hold on.
Something's got a hold of his mind. I don't know what it is.
Well, sit down and shut up, because that shit isn't real.
There's evil in these woods right here.
You know what is real that you should be way more concerned about? Wendigos. The Wendigo, for those that don't know, which is probably not very many people because Until Dawn is a thing. Good game, by the way, you should play it. Is a mythological creature originating in the folklore of the indigenous peoples of northern Canada and the Great Lakes area in North America. The creature itself is a human that has cannibalized another person in times of imminent death by starvation. Consumed by guilt of their actions, the person succumbs to the evil spirits and becomes the Wendigo. Whether or not the Wendigo is the evil spirit or the spirits transform the person into the Wendigo is all based on which tribe you ask, but that goes for pretty much everything in tribal folklore, so that's my disclaimer. We're just gonna move forward. The eternally starving Wendigo feeds on human flesh, incapable of ever having its hunger satisfied. In some legends, this is because the Wendigo grows in size in proportion with the people they devour. Others say it's simply the curse of the Wendigo as a creature of famine by nature. The Wendigo's body takes the appearance of a desiccated corpse, gray and emaciated, reeking of the stench of decay and death. Eyes sunken into the skull, no humanity remains in this creature. Its soul is long since abandoned the prison of flesh, and whether the mind of the Wendigo remains or the creature is merely an animal operating on its instinct is known only by it.
Where are Wendigos from that game you like?
Which one?
It's one of those boomer games you freak out about, like who?
Oh, you mean Dusk? Yeah, a creature called the Wendigo is featured pretty prominently in Dusk. It's a pretty cool enemy. It startles the shit out of me. I can already barely tolerate jump scares and horror games as it is, so this shit really gets the blood pumping and the poop shooting.
Ghost.
But you see these guys? They're like deer men. And, well, whether or not the Wendigo has animal-like features or even just antlers seems to be quite the point of contention. Just like the spelling. Is it Wendigo or Wendigo? I guess it depends on who you ask. Some people insist, like their lives depend on it, that antlers were never a part of Wendigo folklore. But according to the Canadian Encyclopedia at least, some tribes included animal-like features in their Wendigo descriptions, including pointed ears and, yes, horns and antlers. So as far as I'm concerned, the deer man, at least pseudo-deer man Wendigo design is perfectly valid.
What is that noise?
Oh, that? It's the sound of keyboard anthropologists and cryptozoologists on Reddit preparing to totally epically pwn me.
Oh, that sucks.
A lot of people I talk to seem to know about the Wendigo from a TV show called Supernatural. In hindsight, watching it to give me more insight as to what Supernatural does with the creature might have been a good idea, but then I'd have to watch Supernatural and I don't feel like doing that.
Hey, there's that sound again. Where are these monsters that steal your body?
No, what you're thinking of is a skinwalker, and they're totally different from Wendigos. Though in some myths, the Wendigo is known for its ability to mimic human voices, calling out for help in a voice that you would sympathize with, like a child's voice or a voice that you recognize. Skinwalkers, on the other hand, steal your identity and clumsily stumble about your life attempting to be you, ultimately failing. I'll punch a skinwalker in the face. You fucking come near me, I'll knock your ass out. Wendigos, on the other hand, are monstrously fast and strong. Some say that even by mentioning the Wendigo at all, you risk waking them from their hibernation, rousing their hunger, and drawing them to your location.
What?
And once a Wendigo has begun its hunt, you cannot escape. Campers tell stories of Wendigos managing to enter their cabins regardless of fortification. Unlike vampires, the Wendigo needs no invitation to enter. Its hunger and your flesh are invitation enough.
Holy shit, dude.
While not being nearly as prevalent as Bigfoot sightings, there are people who claim to have seen a Wendigo. Like this website, True Horror Stories of Texas. They have 3 different Wendigo sightings. They have 2 different Wendigo sightings. Come on, guys. Which does make me wonder, Usually Wendigos are associated with forests and cold. I mean, the legends do originate from the Great Lakes area and in northern Canada, both places famous for their large, dense forests and bitter winters. Though I suppose since the myth does revolve around starvation, the desert could be a place that Wendigos spawn too. Wendigo sightings in general, though, they confuse me for one reason.
Is it because they're not real?
Excuse me, I'm talking. If you say you saw Bigfoot, you can be like, I saw Bigfoot. He saw me and he lumbered away. He monkeyed away. Unless you're one of these dudes that's like, Bigfoot is a forest demon with psionic powers. Which ironically makes more sense than it being a natural thing. Somebody could be like, hey, I've never seen Bigfoot droppings or Bigfoot fur. What's the deal with that? And you could be like, oh, it's because it's magic. I mean, I guess I can't really fucking argue with that. You gonna disprove magic? You gonna prove magic? Where's the conversation go from there? But Wendigos are creatures of famine. They feast on human flesh. It's like their one thing they do. So surely, if you see a Wendigo, it knows you're there, and you only exist as a feast for its famine. And since it's never not hungry, why would it simply let you get away?
You said the Wendigo was real.
Because the story kind of works for me. It kind of makes sense in a weird, roundabout sort of way. Okay, follow me on this one. Remove the magic part of the Wendigo. All the evil spirits and curse of famine stuff, just remove all of that from the story. What do you have left? You have a deranged, emaciated psychopath that feasts on human flesh and has disabled the parts of his brain that tells him that he can't run at superhuman speed and use his monkey strength, stapling fucking antlers to his head and running around in the forest. It could just be a guy high on bath salts. I mean, we all saw that happen in Florida. Insane people in the forest who eat human flesh and are ridiculously strong does not sound that far-fetched to me.
So we are hunting mental ill drug addicts. That's pretty fun. If you don't think it's a magic monster, why are you so concerned?
Because what if I'm wrong, Butler? And what if it is? The depths of the human soul remain a mystery to us despite our technological advancements. What if there is a darkness lurking within us, some untapped side of the human experience? One that's unleashed only when hunger, grief, and guilt meet at their most powerful. This world is host to many strange things and odd occurrences, and I question whether the Wendigo would even be close to the strangest it has to offer. Perhaps we'd prefer the Wendigo simply not exist for our own sake, or perhaps it's a repressed, primal fear. And that, Butler, is why we're sitting outside with crossbows.
What the fuck was that?
Dude, shut the fuck up.
Why did you bring crossbows? I know you have guns.
It's fine, Butler, we'll be alright.
Can't you do magic or something?
Butler, please.
Holy shit, are you dying? Wow, Nick.
Why do I do this to myself? All I do is hype myself up with spooky shit and then scare myself, and now I'm not gonna be able to go to sleep tonight. It's fine though, I'm not actually scared of Wendigos. I mean, they're not real, and there's no reason to be afraid of something that isn't real, right?
I saw something outside the ghetto.
Motherfucker, it's them or us!
Bang bang bitches, time to die.